Hey there, welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time, welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a perfect palette tag video for you today. No, nobody tagged me. Do I care? Not really. There's no rules to this YouTube thing except for the ones that you signed and agreed to when you signed up for YouTube. So, I will go ahead and get started. Basically what it is it's a number of questions. I believe there is 9 different categories and you choose your favorite palettes for each one. I'm just going to go ahead and get started with the first one, which is best packaging. This one was probably the easiest one to decide, and I'm going to go with my Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. It has this beautiful, I don't know if it's going to pick up on the camera, but it just has this gorgeous, like, almost see-through smoky effect on the packaging. The cover has that same beautiful marbling to it. It is sturdy. It has a magnetic clasp, a huge mirror. It also has, sorry, I'm trying not to hide myself. It has the area with your brush. It comes with the dual-ended brush with like a smaller smudging brush and a blending brush on the other side. The names are put on the palette, which to me is very important. I hate when I get the little plastic leaflet thing with the names on it and it's just freaking gets in the way and you end up losing it, and it's just, you never know what the name of the color is. Anyway, it's just beautiful and practical and sturdy, and the eyeshadows in it are gorgeous too. Haven't had a lot of time to play with it since it's one of my newer ones, but packaging, this one wins hands down. Oh, now this next question, it was best color payoff. This one was probably one of the most difficult ones for me to choose because I honestly think Urban Decay has the best eyeshadow formula. Palette wise though, I find that there's usually 1 or 2 colors that's just a miss with each of their palettes. The Naked ones, I haven't really tested out the Naked Smoky, but as far as the Naked one, there's a couple shadows that are just chunky and glittery. The Naked 3 has one that's just horrible. So my point is, there's usually one that sucks. So I went through all my palettes and I swatched and swatched and swatched, and I have a lot of palettes, so it took a long time, and the one that I came up with is the Kat Von D. I believe this is the Monarch palette. I'm not sure. I'll try and check and link it below. But it is a metamorphosis of color. It has this beautiful packaging on the front, but that's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is the color payoff on the shadows. And I'm just going to swatch a couple so you can see what I'm talking about here. So do one of the highlight shades, that burnt orange, gold, and let's go in with this one. Now they're very soft. You do have to be careful with that. Otherwise you might end up with like a really chunky powder. But I mean, it's probably not the best swatches. But this burnt orange color is insane. I mean, you see what's left on my fingers. I just wiped it once. And I think this is one of the very few palettes that I own that all of the colors come off pretty much true to what they are in the pan. So as far as that one, best color payoff, the Kat Von D. Okay, the next item on the list here is the most versatile. This is another one that I had problems with because I think I have a lot of palettes that are very versatile. Have so many that are neutral that you could do smoky, you could do dark, you could do light, you could do everything with. But the one I chose because it doesn't just have those neutral tones. It has a couple mattes, has a couple shimmers. I went ahead and chose the Vice 2 palette. Let's just take a second to admire it. It's beautiful. It's huge though. This is one of those ones where you will never ever take it traveling with you. Never. But as far as the versatility, you can see you have these matte, couple of matte shades, you have neutral tones, you have dark smoky tones, and then you have like these gold and silver metallics, you have pinks, purples, blues, greens. It's just really, really, hope I'm not flashing with the mirror, but it's just really versatile. I don't think any of my other palettes have the mix of colors, the mix of metallics, the neutrals. They just don't have all of these things together, and you could do so much with this. You really can. So, Vice 2 is my most versatile. Okay, the next one, which is best for traveling. I chose the one that I travel with the most often, and it might be expired. I don't care. I take very good care of my makeup, and it's clean, and I spend a lot of money on it. So I am going to use it until it's gone, or until it gets really grody and nasty. And that's the Tarte Aqua Lilies for Tarte palette. This is a Amazonian Clay waterproof eye and cheek palette. Why do I think it's best for traveling? It's really sleek, it's compact, it is very sturdy, and not only does it have some really good eyeshadow colors, we got a bronzer, a blush, a highlight. The blush and the bronzer and highlight shades, I use those for eyeshadows as well. This is a really good for deepening your crease. I love the pops of color. It's my favorite to travel, because then I don't have to bring a bronzer, I don't have to bring a highlight, I don't have to bring a blush. I have it all. No need to explain any further. Biggest regret. I don't like to say that I regret any of my palettes, because I do love them all. And I do love this one too for its own reasons. But it is my biggest regret. This is the NYX Haute Jersey Leopard Couture palette. I bought it when I was first really getting into makeup. It has this beautiful colored eyeshadow. They look gorgeous. They don't work gorgeous. And then you have a mirror, and you flip it like a book. And you have another mirror, and then you have 2 blushes, a blushing bronzer, 3 bronzing and contour shades, and then 2 little bitty lip glosses. The bronzers are really nice. The blushes are really nice. A little too much shimmer in one of them. I think it's really cute. The eyeshadows, I think there's maybe 3 in here that are actually decent. They're chunky. They're just not really easy to work with. They're not the most terrible eyeshadows I've ever used, but as far as regrets, this is my biggest regret. I still love it, but it is my biggest regret. The next one is least used. I'm just going to put that same one right back up there, because that might be why it's my biggest regret also, is because I never use it. And I never use it because as far as eyeshadow goes, I have far, far better quality eyeshadows in my collection. And I'm not saying that all NYX eyeshadows are bad. I think I have a couple of NYX shadows that I love, but, you know, least used. Okay, we're getting down to the wire here. Most used. This is a no-brainer. The original Naked. She's my bitch. I love her. Smaller mirror, but I think you guys have all seen this. You could tell I've hit pan on this one. I'm getting ready to hit pan on this one. Half Baked is one of the best gold shades ever. Got these beautiful burgundies and purples, dark smoky colors. I use the hell out of it. If I'm just going to reach for something where I don't have to think about it. Sorry if you can hear my son in the background. He just woke up from a nap. So I'm going to try and finish this real quick. But I love this. I use it so much. It is the one I reach for when I don't want to think about what I'm putting on my eye. And I just know what I'm going to do. And love. Most used. Definitely most used. Now, most loved was the category I had a little issue with, because I love all my eyeshadow palettes. It's arguably the favorite makeup product that I have, because I have a ton of them and I love them. And I love playing with eyeshadow. But my most loved, I actually have two. The first one I'm going to show you is this big old boy here. The Urban Decay Loves NYC. This one my mom gave to me when I didn't really mess around with makeup too much, and I think this may be what spurred my love of it. She gave this to me maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Before that, I didn't really play with makeup. I was tomboy girl. I didn't mess around, but it's really cute. Opens up, still lights up like the cityscape. And then you pull out the little drawer here, and you have these gorgeous colors. And they're really gorgeous. I think this is their Urban Decay's old formula, so it's a little bit chunky. It does have Sin, which is also in my Naked. I mean, some of these colors here have repeated themselves in palettes with Urban Decay, and a lot of times that happens with them, but I love it. It kind of got me started in this whole love of makeup, and my mama gave it to me, so I love it. The other most loved, where is it? Did I not grab it? I didn't grab it, hold on. The other most loved is my Naked 3. My husband and my son gave me this as a gift for Mother's Day. And I'm sure you've seen it. If you watch YouTube videos and you are part of the beauty community anyway, you've seen this, but it was a gift, and the color scheme is right up my alley, and it's rose gold, and I love it. Now, the last question is Desert Island palette. Now, you can interpret that however you want. I interpret it as if you could only bring one palette with you, just one, to a desert island, which would you bring? I thought Aqua Lilies, and yeah, I don't want to have too many repeats here. So, if I could only take one palette with me to a desert island, Naked on the Run. Naked on the Run, and if you've heard anything about it, then you already know. It has a bronzer, a blush, 6 eyeshadow shades, a space for your lip gloss, eyeliner, and mascara. I'm sure if you have any other tube or cylindrical products, you could put them in there as well. Plus a huge mirror. You can totally see my phone. That's how I'm filming on my phone. Judge me all you want. Anyway, it has everything I need. So if I could only bring one thing with me, only one, that would be it. Who the hell's going to bring anything to a deserted island anyway? You don't go to a deserted island by planning it. You end up there when you take a 3-hour tour, okay? So we don't want to do that anyway. But that's my perfect palette tag. If you want to do this video, go ahead and do it. Don't wait for somebody to tag you. I will try and tag a couple people in the description box or wherever you tag people down below. But those are my palettes that I love. If you want to see me do any tutorials or reviews on any of the palettes I showed you, or if you'd like me to do a eyeshadow palette collection, just leave me a comment down below. And if you like this video, like it. If you don't, don't. And if you want to see more videos from me, subscribe to my channel and you'll just keep them coming. Bye.